Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Cheat Code Jiu-Jitsu. Jeff here again. We're going to work another submission from, as I called it last time, the arm passed through position. Last time we were working on the murder choke where the guy was actually sitting up on me and getting the turtle position. I would rather him not do that. I'd rather keep him down. And if I can get him down and keep him down, there's a couple of really good submissions that I like to use. Today we're going to use one, I've heard it called a few different names. The Grape popper is the way that I was originally taught. That was the name that it was used under by Jason Flynn, the guy who gave me my black belt. Can be an effective submission. It's really good, especially for big guys. If you're a great big huge guy and you can flatten somebody out with this, it's part choke, part neck crank, part shoulder crank. There's just a lot of bad things that happen with this. So Nick is down here on his side. I'm doing side control. I get the arm passed through. I shove it to the side. I'm going to keep him down this time, and I'm going to get wrapped around his head. Key thing to making this control work is I need to control this bottom shoulder. In the last video, Nick was getting up to turtle. The way to stop him from doing that is once I get this around the head, that's where my grip goes, is right there on the back of the shoulder. So now it becomes difficult for him to keep moving forward. I can help to flatten him out. My goal with the Grape popper is I actually do want to get him flat. I start with him up on his side, and then I'm going to move forward to getting him flat so I can finish this particular submission. The way it's going to come on is I wrap this around, I go underneath of his head. So now I've got pressure that I'm putting down here that's going through his shoulder into his neck. I need a grip of some kind with my hands. Ideally, I want to get to like a rear naked choke type grip. But when I get him here, I'm going to grab from here to here, this shoulder, and then I'm going to drive forward to put him flat down on the mat. Once I get him flat on the mat, this hand comes up. I'm going to put that rear naked choke grip in. I'll show you a couple different options here in a second, but just basically, I just want to pull this back up to my own head, preferably not to his, and then I'm just going to move forward on my legs, drive, and squeeze, and I can get a good tight submission. If he is up on his side, this does not work. I need him flattened out. I need to be up on my feet driving into him so I can push down through his chest, and it's going to put a lot of pressure right here on his shoulder. The pull from the bottom arm is going to crank his neck, so you get a little bit of a neck crank there. It also goes into the carotid over there, and all of this body weight pushing down on the shoulder will help to push this shoulder into his carotid, get a little bit more blood choke, but also this downward pressure on the arm right here separates the shoulder, so you even get a little bit of shoulder lock with it. So arm pass through, shoot the hand around the head, grab the shoulder to keep him in place. I can stay here as long as I want to keep the fight going. When I'm ready to go, I come up here, I drive forward, shoot this arm through a little farther, rear naked choke grip, drive in and squeeze. Two options to make this even worse. And this kind of depends on how much you like your training partners. I don't like Nick, he annoyed me today, so I really enjoy putting him in a lot of pain. So the first way, I don't personally do this one very much, because this one helps a lot if you're taller and longer than your opponents, which is not something I very often find myself in. Get in here, wrap around, let's say that I get through, I put my rear naked choke type grip in. If I can get his legs turned and then put this top leg in and corkscrew through and then get it from here, yeah. As bad as the last one was, that's even worse. If you're doing this to somebody who is much taller than you, you're not going to get that because you're just not going to have the length to go back there and turn his legs over. But if you've got a height difference with your opponent and he keeps trying to turn in, keeping that grip in place, pushing his legs over, you get an extra spine twist with that. It's really horrible. It's a nasty way to finish it. The second variation of this, I actually got this from Eric Paulson, who really likes doing just horrible, awful things to people. Same type of a setup, where I'm going through here and I get my rear naked choke grip in place, except now rather than bringing my hand back to my head, I'm actually going to put the rear naked choke in, lean forward, and then I'm going to reach over here and grab his nose and pinch his nose shut. So that now, in addition to all of the other choky mechanics I've got going on, he can't get any air in, which is just kind of a generally horrible proposition from him. nasty submission, very effective, works in a lot of different ways, and it works as a very good control position as well if you can't necessarily transition out to anything really quick. So if you like the video, please do me a favor, hit the like button. Helps me out a lot, helps people find my videos so we can continue to spread the love. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications if you can. Thanks a lot, guys. I'll see you in the next one.